It's a sunshiny day. Hey, good everybody. How are we on this very, very beautiful day? I hope blessed in God, of course. How was it? So you know we don't by where I live. Never worry. Yeah, these are the natural elements, something that life involves. Too many times, and I must reiterate, too many times we are so focused on putting on shows that I want to say seldom recognize that we stop be real and we stop be practical. And that's why I think there's all the photoshopping and all the editing. Because, okay, you Photoshop a picture. People who see your video know you don't look like that, you know. Sometimes you forget that. You know. Have you ever been without money? Have you ever been hurt? Have you ever been confused? Have you ever been jealous of a person? Or wishing somebody bad? Well, all of these things, I have at some point in time. Or more than one point of time in time, right? So, a lot of people try to pretend like, you know, that's not the situation. They're perfect. They don't this, they don't that, they don't the other. But if you are human, you know what you give. If you know what you give, then you have a great idea of what others give as well. Because we are humans, glory to God. Hence the reason too, when I do my lives or I do my videos, I do them differently. I do them walking, I do them talking, I do them sweaty, I do them neat, I do them in shirt and tie, I do them in a room. We do them all how? Because these things are elements of life. Now, I heard an individual stated once upon a time that not just one person, but this is a normal, I guess this is the consensus of thought, that you must control your emotions. I've been hearing this all the time, and it's a verbatim speech. A lot of things out here actually verbatim speeches. Verbatim, just hear and repeat. No reason to stop and think. Storing data, not thinking. Able to record. So hear this. Control your thoughts. Control your actions. Yeah, control your emotions. Control your emotions. Control your emotions. Okay. Is it control your emotions? Or is it mask your emotions? Mask emotions mean hide your emotions. Hide your emotions also, we could use like put on a poker face. If you feel away, you feel away. The reality of life is that your emotions are there to guide you. Your emotions are there to let you know what is going on. You know that, right? You do not pick up on yourself to control your emotions. You may be able to control what you allow people to see. Be able to mask your emotions. But if you win something, a prize, what you do, stay quiet. You jump. You think. Because of your emotions. You won. Somebody died, you start to cry. Oh God, you drop the phone. Somebody died. Your emotions control you in life. Yeah man, get this. You see that? That's my bread chin. That's my bread chin. So when I see him, you see me, not like, yeah bread chin, and I tell you that my bread chin. No. So these teachings, these nonsensical teachings that people tell, control emotion. I'm a person, when people are speaking, I sit down or I stand up and I listen and I watch you and I listen and I listen and I think and I just continue to think to see if what you're saying is making sense or if it's not making sense. If it's making sense, if it's not making sense. I think for myself. Now, let me show you a hack in this life, right? Yeah. Any person out here coming to teach you anything about life, we just use the word teach for now. They cannot teach you anything that aliens are doing in Mars, on Mars, Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Mercury, right? You know the nine. We could do them. But hear what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that people can only bring to your mind, probably in a proper order, what you have already been doing, what already exists on Earth, what already is life. So, if you deal with, we used to say POB, we used to say, you're doing it already, office procedure, well, office etiquette. If you're dealing with business or science, what these things actually do is bring to light what has already been happening. If somebody comes to teach you about gravity, how gravity works, do you know that you have already been working gravity? That is why you don't float up in the sky when you're walking. Or if you drop something on your phone fall, you know that's gravity. So when somebody tells you what life is really about, people telling you what is really already happening. And the tactics and things, it's crazy to me that someone will think that a person who is 36, let me take away all the accolades, let's take away all the things I've been doing and that I have surpassed the earth with. Let's just say it's crazy to me that a person would think, you see somebody at 36 and think you're actually teaching them so much things and have the audacity to tell them they now learn the thing, especially tactics. I will have you know something. Note something. Sometimes people put on a shirt and a tie, a three-piece suit, and speak on the air condition. And I'm telling you, you will get a better class if you went by a crackhead or a spranger to wash your car or your vehicle, because they have these tactics. And you'd realize that being business savvy or being able to hustle somebody, pipers and sprangers, maxi conductors, hey bro, morning. Goodness. Yeah, not live a video. Yeah. Blessings. Good morning. 2 numbers with slight, please, thanks. Huh? I'm going because I do a video, yeah. I want to boy, bad. Yeah, people, so as I was saying. So sometimes people get misconstrued with such things because I sprang our piper. A maxi conductor, not a maxi conductor, a tout, one who hustles. Anybody doing anything, somebody washing your vehicle, a car for you, or hustling tongue doing it. Watch how they move, watch how they think. It's the same tactics. It's just they're not under AC or with a shirt and tie, so you can get the situation more practical out there, and they will hustle things out of you. So it doesn't matter if somebody is rich or they poor or they broke or they ain't broke. Once you out here living, you know stuff. Naturally. So it's just people reminding you the stuff or bringing the stuff to you in a different format. You hear that? Presentation. Goodness, brethren, thanks. And that's it. And you get caught. If you're a person just believe in air conditioning and three-piece suit, you'll believe everything and think it's the first time. Alright, people, have a good day. Blessings, yeah. You will think it's a good day. You never have a good day, see? It's the clever mind. You will think it's something new that they're actually teaching you. Right? When that is not the fact, no, boy. So, and the audacity for people to, I personally don't mind. I'm going somewhere and I'm hearing somebody telling me something. Because life is refreshing to be around certain environments and to be reminded of stuff. But okay, for instance, why would somebody tell me that they are 24 hours in a day and then think that I've now learned that there are 24 hours in a day? I see that as an insult, So where you think I was all the time under a rock, the things that it's one thing to say it's motivation, it's one thing to say that you're reminding, and it's another thing to say that you're giving different perspectives, vantage points, etc. But when you actually had the audacity to say this is why you're learning this stuff, I'm like, okay, let me tell you about myself. I have been following and studying, and let's talk about the top men in business in the earth. Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates is up there, Mark Zuckerberg, Dan Penner, a little further down, he about what? I'm not too certain. But, I'm missing somebody on top. Jeff Bezos, right? I've been studying those men. I've been studying the top sportsmen, entertainers. Let's say entertainers and cover everybody from under entertainment. Right? I have been listening to motivational videos, life coaches. I've been to churches. I've grown up in the church. I've heard pastors preach. I've heard them teach. I continue to listen to people speak. I interact with people with persons on the street regularly and in life. I am the owner of a painting business, limited liability. It's just on paper and everything, but everything is not running, so that's fine and natural, right? I am the tease, have my own brand out, etc., etc. Officially done, correct. Have my own shoes, not a logo stuck on people's shoes, my own shoes, clothing line on the whole, we're working on that, etc. I write books, poetry, songs. I've been doing hip-hop, been doing freestyle battles. Miss Mary Money. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, been doing these things. So you're getting to understand that I'm going to be meeting people in these various facets, all type of persons. And I will have interactions and whatnot. And in the church, I should have you note that there was a time that I held 7 positions at the same time. And would be in the committee meetings, and yes, the small committee meetings. Yes. Being a leader on different sorts. From predecessor to AY leader, outreach leader. Being a deacon, superintendent. Is at the same time I'm talking about, huh? A few others. Safety officer, etc. So you know about the meetings and these different things, and you know what I'm dealing with. And if you know about a church has everybody in the church, right? And I went to Stanmore Avenue Seventh-day Adventist Church. That's a big boy church. A lot of big ones in that church, right? So just me interacting, even in my neighborhood and my community, and going into shops and stores and hotels, and I flew to 2 countries beside in Tobago, because Tobago is here, so I wouldn't call it Tobago as, right? Have social media on the internet, interact with persons around the world through social media and family and whatnot. So naturally, when people tell you things, they may basically just remind you of something, or they may, let's say, put it in a chronological order and give a term or a meaning to what is being done. A lot of times, you give somebody the opportunity to have a mic or to be on a platform to say something, and they just go off saying, abusing the position. But if you give somebody else with a different opinion or viewpoint a mic as well, and you tell them to sit down and conversate, have a debate, have an argument, it's going to be different, That person would not be able to say all of this stating, especially when a person has become deluded to make it appear as though all they're saying is correct and it's their way and it's that way, and they created this and they created that. Words, terms, analogies, all these things just describe what has always been happening and always happened and will be happening, right? You don't make up a word or a term and create a whole situation. The situation always was there. So for instance, they have new terms like the narcissistic, and this one this, and that one that, and the personality type is a new type. You just find a new word. You make up a word to say to make it seem as though you add something new to the place. But the emotions, the actions already existed. So we mustn't get confused and think that we really add in more than we add in. Hence the reason I teach something called a masterclass. And you're going to have to disagree with me a lot in the masterclass because I'm actually teaching you something you don't know. I'm actually telling you something you have never heard. And if you have heard something like it, because I break down and teach and delve deep down into it, you understand the thing. Now, if a foolish person begins to write a book, they'll write what I will call a foolish book. If you stop listening to somebody and they're talking nonsense in your head, and you are in a position to, you can walk away. Now, when a stupid person writes a book, the book becomes stupid because it's the person's thoughts they actually put in pen and paper or in ink. Now, academics and school will have you think, once you're reading it from a book, it's wise. So if I'm reading you know how you have to protect your energy? Sometimes a person like me, as we started off, because we make full circle, and we back home, we started off with about masking your emotions. Sometimes a person might actually drop the emotions because they might have a low day because of the persons they are wrong, you know. Okay. Sometimes a person might have a low day or a low moment because of the books they read. Because they're hearing nonsense, they're reading nonsense. So if you're wrong foolishness and you're hearing foolishness and you're actually putting that in your mind all the time, oh gosh, you can't expect to have an opulent day. How do you have an opulent day? Tell me, how would you have an opulent day? How? So, I just wanted to bring these things to attention. Sometimes I just leave things and I sit back. But when I listen to the audacity of humans and how they fool themselves sometimes. Hey, the only thing you need out here is Jesus Christ. First and foremost. He is it. Clean heart, clean spirit. And wisdom, understanding, and knowledge from God. You never put business before you put people. You have to be you before you deal with business. Business doesn't come before you as a person. Your birth, you are born and then deal with business. You can't have businesses without people. A lot of times, when I listen to people and I listen to what they're saying and how they're speaking, I say, you know what? You're fake and you're trying to sell something. But by your actions, I can tell that, because you're masking, I can tell that all the success that you may have, well, to me is not much, but to others it might be plenty. All the success that you may have, you don't have that inside. Hence the reason you have to act like how you're acting or try to show shade or these type of things. I'm just treating it a matter. Because I normally just sit back and quiet. But remember, at the end of the day, I am the primal leader. I am the one doing stuff that nobody else is able to do. And I know that. And you all know that. And I'll have you all know that. I know that. And I know that you all know that. So, the pretense and these things, you all need to sit back, humble, learn, ask a question, because this part is learning now. Because once you tell me nobody could do that and you mad and nobody could do that, it means, and I'm doing it, it means that I've reached a certain pinnacles in life where I'm doing it. I heard, we go about 2 minutes. I heard this, right? I heard that, this will be a little nice, I'll take it here. I heard that you have to do this first and you have to do that first and you have to do that. There are many ways to skin a cat. And if you ever watch porn, there are many ways to do a thing, right? There are many styles. And when you have leaders, or I will more say, how I'll say it, boy, innovators, they create new ways and new paths, and that's how society continues to develop. When people find new ways of traveling and we get airplanes and whatnot, we have cell phones, so we find new ways. So when people tell you there's a way of doing this and you can't do it this way and you have to do that way and they think they're so smart, I say to you, listen, I am David Joel Timothy, also known as Primal Leader. You tell me how to run a world, how to run a country, how to fight a war. Your style is what? Buy guns, get soldiers, join the drug trade, and these different things to run it. I have not linked with any police, any soldiers. I haven't bought any guns. I haven't had money in the account to link with people and spread my arms. But I am sure running this country and sure running this world at the end of the day. So you tell me, because they said he have to dead and his shot call and all of these things. And your style might be to run to the police and let's be realistic and whatnot. But hey, I'm the man running the place. So, with this having said and this being done, and this is the truth of life, I'm the one running all about the place, walking all over the night. There's nobody doing that. And if they do it, they will die. It'll end up on the news. So, Don't come to me to teach me anything about life. State what you gotta state, but this is the place you actually learn. And let's just be practical about it. Let's just be practical about it. Alright, people, do enjoy the day, and stop trying to be a robot. Be a human. Study after God, love yourself, love people. Jesus is the most important thing. Don't lose yourself out here running down money. Don't lose yourself mistreating people just for us. I'm not talking small money. Because 500 billion US dollars is mine for sure. So all the little success people talking about and then hit a M yet, we gonna hit the B's and we might even hit the T's. You understand what we're talking about? So surprising T's, God's right hand man on earth. Solomon, all the men of the Bible, the patriarchs and the prophets, seek God first and got everything else, however God wants it. This we call this kingdom. If you do not have kingdom authority, you will obviously look at things irregular, because you are regular, and have to deal with things like that. But when you have Jesus in you and you have the kingdom of heaven has come to you, we operate differently. We make massive moves without even moving. You understand? People just change their mind. They have to just start to take flight and flee. And this is where we stick around. So I'm just saying, I will never lose myself to take advantage of somebody at a moment. The same way, I would not be having sex with a woman if she's drunk and high and ready to give it up because she's drunk and high and cannot think for herself. I call it advantage. So I don't advantage people. I know what I have to offer. I know what I have to give. If you are wise, you will find yourself in a long line coming at my doors to get knowledge, to get what I have. But I'm not going to try to trick anybody over anything. Chin up any person's head. That's elemental. Just because I want something now. Because when I go to sleep in the night, man, I sleep comfortably. When I walk, I have no cocoa in the sun. People can't do the same for a little materialistic gain, and they might even lose their soul. My friends, be careful.